So here's something people in Lucknow may not know this election season. The local police is using a technology known as the mobile drone vehicle to monitor the polling booths in the area. Now, this MDV, as the police is calling it, is like an eye in the sky for the local police to basically keep a watch on suspicious activities or suspicious people in the area. It uses facial recognition technology as well as a criminal database and cross references the images that the drone has captured with the data in the database, like the photos of suspected criminals, to find the people that the police needs to keep a lookout for. And according to the Joint Police Commissioner Upendra Agarwal, who spoke to Times of India during earlier during April, the MDV is a technology that is going to be very invaluable to law and order, and especially for monitoring events like cricket matches or elections, etc. But the technology, while impressive, has raised certain privacy concerns. Um, in fact, MediaNama has in the past sent a list of questions asking about the usage of drones, but received no answers. So, for example, we have asked about who sanctions and oversees the usage of drones in policing, what kind of data is collected by the police using these drones, for how long is this data collected? What are the privacy securing measures to protect citizens' fundamental rights from the use of such drones? Can the citizens ask that their data be deleted from these drone exercises because we do have a right to erasure? And are there provisions in place to regulate the use of these drones? And if there are no provisions, why aren't there any provisions? There's also the question of how the collection of this data comes in with the Criminal Procedure Identification Act that also talks about retaining the data of people who are labeled as suspects by the police. And none of these questions have been answered either spontaneously by the police or the government or in the RTIs that we have filed. Um, and that is a concern because in recent times we have seen incidents, for example, in Haryana, where the police used these drones to drop tear gas shells on farmers who were protesting near Shambu border on February 30th. And in fact, even in 2020, MediaNama had filed two RTIs to the Delhi police regarding the use of drones to film protesters uh, voicing their dissent against the Citizenship Amendment Act. However, at the time, the police had again evaded these questions, either stating that it did not use drones in such a manner, which, by the way, contradicts a PTI report that was published at the time, or they used to say that they do not maintain the information that MediaNama is asking for. So, while drones for policing are taking to the sky, and that is great for the local police, the usage and the regulations is still somewhat shrouded in secrecy. And this fact is a bit concerning because without proper regulation and oversight, drone technology has the risk of becoming an unconstitutional overreach that infringes on people's fundamental right to privacy.